Good morning. Hey, Cynthia. Yay. Right on time. It's just about 9 o'clock, Thursday morning. Hey, Tammy. Glad you guys are here. Hey, Lon. Yay. We have a little group, our little virtual group. Miss you guys. It's kind of a rainy day. But we haven't had any of those too much lately, so we probably need a little rain. It'll be all right. It's still 8:59 here, but in the next minute or so, we'll be getting started. If you have a belt, which this is not, or a towel, a dish towel works really well too. We're going to get into a little, it's cow face pose arms. So this helps kind of stretching, opening up through the chest a little bit. So if you want to grab a towel or a strap or a belt or a man's tie, whatever you have, that might be handy. And keep that nearby. And then the other thing is if you have a block, that's great. If you don't have a block and you have a beach towel or any other kind of towel or blanket, I find that the beach towel is sufficing in lieu of the yoga blanket for me right now. So grab one of those and we'll probably use that as a little prop a little bit later on too. So we're going to start seated this morning. We'll stand and do a little bit of some sun salutations, kind of a modified sun salutation B. Hey, Judah. And then we'll come back down, do some little, some back bends this morning to kind of keep the back healthy, keep those back muscles nice and strong and the spine healthy, and then we'll bring it down. So when you're ready, go ahead and just come to a comfortable seated position right there in the center of your mat. And I'll move back here and do the same thing. If you want to sit up on a little prop, a little lift, a little bolster, blanket, whatever you have handy there. And if you didn't hear me before, if you have a strap or I'm going to be using a kitchen towel to use as a strap, something that will work and suffice for that, go ahead and grab that. And then we'll get started. So glad you guys are here with me this morning. This is a lifesaver for me to get to do these yoga classes with you, and I know the video is not the best because I'm not a videographer and the light and the setup and everything is not perfect, but hopefully it's okay and you'll still enjoy the class and get a little something out of it. So let's just come to a seated position. Start to settle down, settle in, and land here in your mat, on your space, in your space, wherever that is, whatever that looks like for you right now. Be grateful for those people who are joining with us this morning, and even for people who might watch at a later time. And be grateful for the day when we can all be back together again in our beautiful studio, even if we do have to stay 6 feet apart from each other for a while. Today's going to be a little bit about gratitude, and just even though we're in this situation which continues in our town, in our state, in our world, we find some time to be grateful. And so I'd like to start this morning with a 3-part breath. And so that is thinking of your breath capacity in thirds, and we'll sip a third, sip a third, sip a third till you're full at the top. Hold for just a beat, and then we'll slowly release it out. And we'll just start by keeping the hands resting comfortably wherever they are, in your lap, on your knees, on your thighs, whatever. And we'll do 3 rounds here. So here we go. Sip, 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 hold, release. And again, sip, 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 hold, release. And one more time here. Sip, 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 hold, and release. So 3 more rounds here, similar breathing with 3-part breathing. We're going to add a little arms, start to move the body just a little bit. So with the first sip, the arms will come straight out, shoulder height. Second sip out to the side, still shoulder height. Third sip will bring the arms overhead, and then the exhale will slowly lower the palms right back down to your heart center. Maybe even tracing that path of the palms through the center as they return to your heart. So go ahead and bring your hands to heart center now. And then here we go. Sip, sip, sip. Hold and release. And we'll do 2 more just like that because it feels so good. Here we go. Sip, sip, sip. Hold, release. And one more time. Sip, sip, sip. Hold and release. Good. And then from here, I would invite you to breathe in some gratitude today during your practice as you keep your breaths even, matching the length of the inhalation to the length of the exhalation. Nice, even, slow, steady, calming, grateful breaths as we practice today. So we're going to go ahead to our all fours position and definitely get started with some cat-cow. It's morning, so it's a great time to start waking up the spine. Desiree and Beth, hey. So here we are in our all fours tabletop with our wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips, starting with a neutral spine. And then when you're ready to inhale, the belly lowers, the head lifts, gazing up towards the sky. Exhaling as you round, push the ground away, really exaggerate the round here, bringing the chin into the chest, and then going at your pace here. Great spine awakening, especially if you haven't been out of bed too long today. This might feel really good to get things going and connecting this movement with your breath. Inhaling for cow and exhaling for cat. A few more rounds here at your pace. For 3, 2, and 1. And then wherever you are, go ahead and just return to your neutral spine here. And then we'll do a little C movement, so C curvature of the spine. So looking over the right shoulder towards the right hip as the left hip pokes out towards the left. Ooh, the words aren't coming today. And then we'll come through center, over the left shoulder, looking over the left shoulder towards the left hip. Inhaling as you come through center, exhaling as you curve the spine in this C shape from left to right, connecting with your breath here. Another nice spine awakening movement this morning. Breathe. And then when you're ready, just returning to center to your neutral spine. Go ahead and come down to a child's pose. So your knees can stay in line where they are under your hips here, or you could open the knees out wide, creating this nice space for your body to nestle down into as you come into your child's pose. And this can be an active child's pose, right? With the arms extended, the fingertips pressing down into the mat. You might even alternate by lifting the backs of the palms up towards the sky, coming up to the very tips of the fingers, and then lowering the palms, pressing the palms down. And then coming up to the very tips of the fingers and lowering the palms down. So sort of taking the stretch into the shoulders, into the arms, and breathing here. For 3, 2, and 1. We're going to go ahead and start a little flow here. So as much as you can, try to connect with your breath and stay with it as we move this simple little flow to get us going here this morning. So from our child's pose, we're going to inhale up to all fours. So you may have to readjust your knees here. Curl the toes and exhale back, downward facing dog. Let's just pause here for a moment in your downward facing dog. And be present here for a moment, maybe bending into one knee and then the other. Swaying the hips from side to side, getting this body awake, working out the kinks and the snap, crackle, pops here this morning. And then when you're ready, get still in your downward dog. Take one deep breath in and let it go. With your next inhale, we're just going to roll forward to a plank pose. Exhale right back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lower your knees to all fours, and then exhale right back to your child's pose. So we're going to repeat that little flow with our breath this morning. Here we go. Inhale, all fours. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, dog. Inhale, all fours. And exhale, child's pose. We're going to do that 2 more times. Same thing. Inhale, all fours. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, forward plank. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, knees lower, all fours. Exhale, child's pose. 1 more time, just like that. Inhale, all fours. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, forward plank. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, lower knees, all fours. And exhale, child's pose. We'll pause here just for a couple of breaths. So feel free to open your legs out wide if you like that nice comfy space for your child's pose. Maybe keeping the fingertips active here, reaching out. Maybe again, coming up to the tips of the fingers and then lowering the palms down flat. And coming up to the tips of the fingers and then lowering the palms down flat. Just start to stretch into those shoulders and wake them up a little bit. Good. And then when you're ready, we're going to come up to sit here. So if this is not a position that is comfortable for you, that's okay. You can try a prop underneath yourself, or you could swing your legs back around and come to your cross-legged seated position if that's more comfortable. Let's see how we're doing here. Uh-oh. Someone's having internet problems. Too bad. I hope that works out. Maybe she'll come back. She'll be able to come back later. Okay. So, grab your strap, your block, your kitchen towel, which is what I have here. Hopefully it's not me and everybody else is able to hear and see this morning. So we're going to do, this is cow face arms, which is a great way to open through the chest and stretch into the upper arms here. So we'll start by taking your prop, whatever it is, into your left arm, and then bend the left elbow. The goal here is to keep this left elbow pointing straight up towards the sky. And then take the right arm out to the side with the thumb pointing down. And then we're going to bend that right arm, and I'm going to kind of turn around so you can see. And you're just going to grab onto whatever it is that you have to grab onto there, your towel or whatever. And then, of course, the closer you inch your fingers together, the more intense the stretch will be. Keeping this left elbow pointing up high towards the sky, maybe even a slight little back bend here as you open across the top of the chest through the shoulders. And I find that I can take some nice deep breaths here in this Gomukhasana cow face pose arms. So we'll breathe here 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then very slowly just release. And slowly let your arms unwind, unfold, and return. Maybe a little shake here, a little rest, and just see how that feels. And then we'll switch sides. So taking your prop into the right hand and bending the right elbow. Keep this right elbow nice and straight, pointing straight up towards the sky. Then the left arm comes out to the side, thumb pointing down, bend that left elbow, and then reach it back there. Grab hold of what you can grab a hold of, and then inch it together until you feel it. And then breathe. Breathe in some gratitude. 3, 2, and 1. And then slowly, nice and slowly, release, unwind, unfold. A little shake out there. Let's do a little tiny pause here just to see how that's feeling. And then we're going to come on up to standing. So you can get there however you like. You can come through all fours, roll up through a downward facing dog and walk your feet on up, whatever way you like to travel on up to the top of your mat. Here we are in Tadasana. So let's pause right here for just a moment in this powerful, peaceful mountain pose. Maybe close the eyes. I love to close my eyes. Feel the body kind of sway from side to side, front to back. Feel the feet pressing down. Feel the crown of the head reaching high as the spine elongates here. Good. Let's start to move a little here. We'll inhale and reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Bring the hands to the shins and come up halfway. And then exhale, fold forward. Pause right here in this forward fold. Bending your knees as much as you like. Letting the crown of the head hang down towards the floor. Letting the belly and the chest just rest right there on those thighs. Letting the arms dangle or hold on to some props if you like. If you like a little support right here, this is a good place for that. And let's just let gravity pull out the length of the spine here. Feels so good. And breathe. And then bend your knees even a little bit more. Bend, bend, bend. And then slowly roll, 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 roll. Right on up. Back to your Tadasana. Good. So we're going to go with a little modified sun salutation B today. There's no sun shining outside my window, but we'll make our own little heat right here. So inhale, reach up. Exhale, sit back into your chair pose. So pause here in your chair pose. You can bring your feet closer together. You can bring your toes together with a space between the heels if you like. Tucking the tailbone. Lots of strength building here in these quads. Arms reaching wherever they're reaching. And we're breathing for 3, 2, 1. Fold forward. Hands to the shins. Come up halfway. Exhale, lower. We're going to walk the feet all the way back to a downward facing dog. You can hop them back if you want to. Walk them back. Step them back. Here we are, downward facing dog. One inhale brings you forward to one plank pose. And then exhale right on back to your downward facing dog. We're going to pick up the left foot. So maybe bring the right foot slightly towards center. The left foot is going to lift. Let's take a minute to open into the hip a little bit here. Bending the left knee. And then maybe opening that left knee up towards the sky. Sort of stacking the hips here. Maybe looking under the left armpit. Maybe even making some circles here. Ooh, snap, crackle, pop in the hips. Maybe look under your right arm and see if you can see your foot over there. And then when you're ready, we'll straighten out the hips. Look forward. This right foot is going to come all the way up between the two thumbs. The back foot is going to plant. And when you're ready, nice and strong with a big breath, we're going to lift right up into Warrior One. Take your time, get set up. Have a nice, strong foundation to get started, right? So hips are tracking forward. Big bend in this front knee. Big, strong, beautiful, peaceful, grateful Warrior One here. Breathe. Going to take a nice deep breath in. And with an exhale, lower the hands. Step back, downward facing dog. Now, if you have chaturanga in your practice and you want to do a full-on chaturanga, of course, you're more than welcome to do that. Otherwise, if you're going to travel with me, we're just going to come forward for one plank and then exhale right back to downward facing dog. Either way, everyone will end up right back in the same place. So here we go. Take your left foot slightly more towards the center line, and then we're going to lift the right foot up off the floor. Bend the right knee, and then just this one time, we're going to start to open up into the right hip, pointing that right knee up towards the sky, maybe making some circles there with that right knee, waking up the hip joint, maybe looking under the left armpit and see if we can see that left foot or that right foot over there. And then when you're ready, straighten out the hips, look forward, step forward with the right. Plant your left foot, take your time, set up when you're ready. Big breath lifts you up into your warrior one. Remember, the challenge here is keeping those hips tracking forward towards the top of the mat here. And breathe. Be in your warrior one. One more breath here. And then take a nice big breath in. With your exhale, lower the hands, step back, downward facing dog. So you choose, come along with me for one inhale forward for one plank. Go ahead, full on chaturanga if you like. Otherwise, just push it right back to downward facing dog. This time we're going to look forward and travel both of the feet right back up to the top of the mat where we were in our forward fold. Hands to the shins. Inhale, bring it up halfway. Exhale, lower. Before we rise up, we're going to come through a chair pose here. So from your forward fold, lower your hips, scoop your arms up. Here we are in our chair pose where we're going to breathe and build strength and be grateful. 4, 3, 2. This time we're going up, push up, push up, push up, stand up. Here we are. Back into Tadasana. Check it out. Check in. Pause. How does it feel? We're going to take that same modified Sun Sal B, and but we'll just be starting with the other leg first this time, so you kind of know what to expect. All right, here we go. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, lower. Chair pose. Lower the hips. Reach the arms up. Here we are. Tuck your tailbone. Breathe. For 3, 2, and 1. Full forward. This time we're going to just walk the feet back. So you're planting the palms and stepping your feet back until you find yourself in your downward facing dog. Here we are. So choose. Come forward for a plank. Inhale. Take a chaturanga if you like. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Everybody meets back in downward facing dog. Now we're going to start with the right foot this time. So bring the left foot slightly towards center. Lift the right foot first. Look forward and step the right foot all the way up between those two thumbs. Plant the left foot. Get your foundation here. And then when you're ready, a nice big inhale lifts you up into your beautiful warrior one. Breathe. Take a deep breath in. With your exhale, lower your hands and step back to your downward facing dog. Choose your path. Inhale, forward plank. Exhale, back, downward dog. Left foot is going to lift this time. Look forward. Step the left foot all the way up between the two thumbs. Plant the right foot. Take your time here. Please take your time and set up your foundation. And then when you're ready, a big inhale lifts you all the way up into your big, beautiful warrior one. Ooh, it's a little wobbly on this side. And breathe. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Step back, downward dog. Inhale, forward plank or chaturanga. Exhale it back, downward dog. Look forward and tiptoe your feet all the way up to the top of the mat. Here we are, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, lower. Chair pose. Lower your hips, reach your arms. Here we are, back in our chair pose for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, stand it all the way up and return yourself right there to your mountain pose. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to take that same sun salutation one more time. Now that your body knows what to do, we'll try to not really necessarily make it faster, but make it a little more flowy and connecting with the breath, each movement with the breath, as much as you can. Here we go. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lower your hips. Come to chair pose. Exhale, lower. Make your way back to downward facing dog. Here we go. Inhale, forward plank or chaturanga. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the left foot. Look forward, step forward. Set up your foundation here, and then inhale, reach it all the way up. Warrior one. We're going to lower right down with the exhale. Lower it down. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward plank. Exhale, back, downward dog. Lift the right foot. Look forward, step forward with the right. Set up for your warrior one here. Inhale, lift it all the way up. Exhale, lower it all the way down. Step back, downward dog. Inhale, forward plank. Exhale, downward dog. Look forward, step forward all the way up to the top. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower. Chair pose. Push it up, stand up all the way up. Lower your palms. Here we are right back into Tadasana. Beautiful. We have one more, starting with the other side first. Here we go. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, chair. Sit down in your chair pose. Exhale, fold forward. Walk it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. The right foot lifts first this time. Look forward, step forward with your right. Take a moment, plant your left foot, get your foundation here. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, lower it back down, downward facing dog. Inhale, brings it forward plank. Exhale, downward dog. Last warrior one here. The left foot lifts, look up, step up with the left. Get your foundation. Inhale, reach it up, warrior one. Exhale, lower it down, make your way back, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward plank. Exhale, back, downward dog. Look forward, step it all the way forward to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower. Chair pose. Stand it up all the way up. Back to your Tadasana. Beautiful. Let's pause right there. Check in with the breath. See if we can keep that breath nice and even. And see how all those sun salutations are settling in your body this morning. Good. Couple of warrior twos here, and a little warrior, tiny little warrior twos here. Let me straighten myself out here. So starting from the top of the mat, we're just going to step far back with the right foot and open out into a warrior two. All right, so again, checking your foundation, the front heel lining up with the back arch, arms opening in two directions and gazing over those front fingertips. Nice, strong warrior here. And then when you're ready, inhale and straighten the front leg, reach arms up overhead. Exhale, land it right back. Warrior two. Again, inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Good. Turn all the toes to face the long edge of the mat. Right, so your feet are like parallel, or maybe the heels are slightly turned in and the toes are pointing out. So we're facing the long side of the mat here. We're going to come down into a goddess, so bending into the knees. You can, adjust the distance between your feet, bringing your feet closer together or farther apart. Right now our arms are going to be reaching up. Take a nice deep breath in, and then we're going to pull the arms down to cactus arms. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, pull them down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, pull. One more time, reach. One more time, pull. And then we're just going to rotate it right back out to our warrior two. And breathe for 3, 2, and 1. Lower your hands to your hips and just lean forward. Look forward, step forward, right back up to the top of your mat. And we're going to take the warrior two on the other side. So I'll be kind of backwards to you. Left foot's going to step back. Warrior two here. With a big bend in the front knee. Nice firm alignment and good firm foundation and good alignment with the front heel and the back arch. And then when you're ready, we're gazing out in two directions for our warrior two. Good. And then here we go. Inhale, straighten and reach. Exhale, lower. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Turn all the toes to face the long edge of the mat. I'm going to turn this way again so you can see me, but stay where you are. Good. And then this time, same thing. Bring the heels in a little bit with the toes pointing out, coming down to your goddess pose. This time we're going to take the hands to the quads or to the knees, and we're going to take the right shoulder over towards the left knee. And then inhale, bring it right back up through center, opposite side. Left shoulder to the right knee. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, right to left. Inhale through center, left shoulder to right. Inhale, one more time, each side. Exhale. Inhale, center. Exhale. Inhale, center. And then you're just going to rotate those feet right back to the warrior two that you were just in there with the right leg forward and gazing over those right fingertips. And then hands to your hips, look forward, lean forward, step forward, right back to where you started here at the top of the mat. Let's just take one more little tiny flow before we start to bring it down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, bring the hands to the palms, come up halfway. Exhale, fold, and then dive it all the way up. Reverse dive. Reach down, reach up, and return to Tadasana. Just pause. Good. We're going to actually, one more time so we can come on down to our bellies. Let's do this. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward, and then plant your palms, walk your feet back, so you're kind of in this high plank, but only for a second, because we're just going to lower it all the way down to your mat, coming flat to your mat. Bring one cheek to the mat, let your arms come alongside your body. Resting here, Advasana, just for a moment, taking a breath. We can take a couple of back bends here. See who else is here today. To drink. Hope I said that right. Miss Gibbs. Hello, welcome. And then when you're ready, just gently pick up your head and turn the other cheek. And then when you're ready, bring your forehead to your mat, bring your elbows underneath your shoulders, and we'll start here just in a Sphinx pose. So a slight little back bend here, and this may be good. This may be where you are today. This might be enough of a back bend for you this morning. So think about your chest reaching through your arms here. Trying to relax in the legs and especially in the glutes as much as you can so that the back is doing the work here. Building some strength in the back of the core. And breathe. For 3, 2, and 1. And you can stay right here in this Sphinx pose, or you can push into the palms and start to straighten the arms if that feels okay on the back. But again, check in. Is the work happening in your back or is it happening in your glutes? Try to release the glutes. If that's not your thing today, then just come right back down to your elbows. And we'll breathe here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Wherever you are, go ahead and make a little pillow by stacking your palms and resting your forehead here. Good. And then a little locust pose. So go ahead and let the forehead come to the mat, the arms reach alongside the body. Lift the arms and extend those fingers toward the toes. Begin to lift the head and the chest. And then if you like, you can also add the feet, lifting the feet up off the floor. As you breathe here, Feel the rocking of your body with each inhale and exhale. Reaching the fingertips back, reaching the toes back. In this locust pose, massaging those internal organs for 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. You can make a little pillow for your forehead, lower down, and just release. Good. Go ahead and push the hands, the palms into the mat, right underneath the shoulders. You can come through an all fours tabletop position and just lean those hips right back. Another visit in child's pose here. And then when you're ready, we'll have a little inversion. So I'm going to demonstrate a Viparita Karani, legs up the wall. If you want to actually go to the wall in your space and swing your legs up onto the wall, you're more than welcome to do that. Otherwise, here's where our little prop comes in handy: blanket, pillow, beach towel, whatever you might have there. And we'll come on down to the floor. And then when you're situated there, press the feet into the floor as you lift your hips and slide your prop right underneath there. And then once that feels good and comfy, you can lift your feet up into the sky. Viparita Karani, legs up the wall. Pause and breathe and be here with some gratitude. You're at home in your own space doing your own thing, so if you want to do another inversion besides this one, you of course could do that too. Either way, staying present with the breath. I like to point and flex my feet here. You can make circles with your ankles. Feels good. You might hear the snap, crackle, popping of my feet. And just a few more breaths here. And then when you're ready, you can lower your feet, lift your hips, and remove your prop. And then go ahead and squeeze your knees in towards your chest, or rock back and forth here. And then plant your feet again, but this time bring the feet out towards the edges of the mat so your feet are spread wide. And we're going to let both knees fall towards the right. So while you're here, if this is okay for you and this feels all right, and you're getting a little twist through the middle here, if you want to add a little bit more, you just pick up your right foot and let it rest on top of your left knee. It kind of takes the stretch into this outer hip on the left side right here. Just try it. If you don't like it, you can always take your foot down again. Maybe you're going to gaze in the opposite direction, so over towards the left. Maybe your arms are going to come out to cactus arms, and breathe. And then slowly, when you're ready, release the foot. Inhale as you slowly return the knees towards center.
Maybe a little rock back and forth. I might try to squeeze my knees into my chest again one more time here before we take the other side. So feet are spread wide, knees are going to fall towards the left. And then if you like, the left foot will come to rest on top of the right knee if that feels okay. Gaze over your right shoulder. Release, relax, breathe. And then slowly release. Unwind yourself. Return to center. Maybe one more squeeze of those knees. Maybe even a happy baby here this morning if you like. Or whatever else you might need to do before you settle yourself down for your mid-morning Shavasana rest. So legs can be extended out long here with the arms alongside the body. Or you can choose some other shape for your Shavasana. Maybe your knees stay bent today. And maybe your arms reach overhead or out to a T. Either way, just let go and just be.
And I'm going to leave you there in your sweet, peaceful Shavasana. I'm proud of you for tuning in and doing your yoga daily. It's so important for your personal health. And I miss you, and I wish you safety and health and love. Namaste.